you can do a walking meditation from wherever you are, happen to be. So you might be at home, or you might actually be outside. Doesn't really make any difference. And it's always good to start meditations in the same way. Some meditation teachers teach grounding as a kind of way into a meditation, but I teach focus on the breath to bring us into a meditative state. So here I am, I'm outside. It's in a local park, and there's not much ambient noise, just crows. Bringing your attention to the breath is a good starting point, and just noticing the breath for a moment, rising and falling. Here it's reasonably chilly, so I'm noticing the breath in the nostrils, the coolness and sharpness of the breath in the nostrils is a good point of focus. And ideally you're standing, so if you're at home, probably best to stand up. If you're out and about, you've been sitting down, stand up and connect to your body. And a good way to do that when we're standing is the same as when we're sitting, by checking in with our posture. And I'll return us to posture. Oh, squirrel's come to say hi. It decided it didn't like it. Decided not to do walking meditation today. And what the posture does is reduces tension. And that is an instant thing. You become aware of your posture. Your elbows are by the side. When we're standing, most comfortable for most people is feet shoulder height, slightly bent at the knees. This is the Qigong posture, the initial posture. Just slightly springy knees. And head balanced comfortably on top of the spine. And noticing the breath rising and falling. And checking in with the body. If there's any tension anywhere, become aware of that. And hopefully it will reduce a bit when we start moving. And so I'm setting out now. And when I do walking meditations, I begin by focusing on the breath and being aware of the sensation of the feet on the ground. Just those two things. And you're walking at a comfortable pace. So, noticing the coolness of the breath in the nostrils, noticing the sensation of the feet on the ground. And when we focus on a specific spot, what tends to happen is that switches off our whole body awareness, because it's what thing called focused attention. And one of the things that will happen is it will switch off your awareness of your posture. So you can check back in with your posture again. Is your back nice and straight? Is your head balanced comfortably on top of your spine? And we're just aware of the breath and aware of the sensation of the feet on the ground. So this is a light focus. There's no deep focus on any specific element of the present moment. And at some point, I will then move my attention to my feet totally, just noticing the sensation of the feet, the feeling of the ground. So we're feeling the ground through the soles of our feet. Hopefully you've got a pair of shoes that enables you to do that, but it's amazing how much sensation can be transmitted even if you don't have light soles. And you know, you want to be somewhere where you're not distracted by traffic and so on, ideally, but as long as it's a safe place, you can do a walking meditation wherever you are. So we're just noticing the feet. Now, if the mind's busy, if it's like battering away at you with the drama of the day repetitively and persistently, you've got a couple of choices for a practice that works pretty well for calming it down. One is you can focus on the feet and you're counting your steps. The way you count the steps is the same way we count the breaths. Is you count them up to 10, begin at 1, up to 10, begin at 1. If you lose count, begin at 1. So it's just counting in your mind as you walk along. Count steps up to 10, begin at 1, lose count, begin at 1. And the other option you also have is to count the breaths. And you can also move from one to the other. I'm just going under a bridge. That's an interesting sound right here. So the same thing, counting in your mind the breaths. 1, 2. We're counting the out breaths probably is best, or the in breaths, whichever you prefer. Same thing here. Get to 10, begin at 1. Lose count, begin at 1. And so if my mind's busy, when I set out on a walking meditation, or if I'm walking somewhere and decide to do a walking meditation, because you can always hijack any walk as a walking meditation. If the mind's busy and I want to calm it down, this is what I'll do. Counting the steps, counting the breaths. And then, once your mind's calm enough, again, we're refocusing on the sensation of the feet. We're feeling the ground with our feet as we walk. And whatever pace is comfortable for you. It can be slow, you can slow right down. There's more of an awareness of the sensation, the feeling of the ground if you slow right down. And what will happen is the mind will drift away. So this is a focused attention meditation. My walking meditations also includes an open awareness meditation, which we'll do in a moment. And focused attention is a cyclical process. We focus our attention on something, mind draws our attention away, we notice, we return our attention to it. And if we were answering a question, the question would be, how does the ground feel under this step or the next step? And at some point, back to the breath. So we're just noticing the breath rising and falling. Good opportunity to check in with our posture. Are our elbows by the side? Is our head balanced comfortably? So at any point, you can also stop, of course. Don't have to keep going. So if you find a nice spot like this, you want to spend a bit of time there. So on a piece of grass, there's trees all around. No wind to speak of, fortunately, for the audio from the mic. And I'm noticing the sensation of the ground. Knees slightly bent. What I can do here, this is a good time, can be done at any point. But what I'm going to do here is switch over to an open awareness meditation, also known as open monitoring. And a good way to start is with panoramic vision. Allow your mind to rest on something in the distance, even if it's clouds. And we leave our gaze on the same point in the distance. Could be a cloud, for example. But allow yourself to be aware of whatever you can see to either side. And the way you do that is by keeping your gaze forward, but allow into your awareness whatever's at either side of you. So for example, if you were to move your arm to the side of your face, you're still looking forward. You twiddle your fingers, you can notice the movement from the corner of your eye. You don't move towards it. That's open awareness, the visual element of it. And so as we set out again, we're moving over to open awareness. And to do that, what we're doing is keeping our vision in front of us. If you need to look down to make sure you don't trip up or anything, then do that. But barring that, looking into the distance is most useful, as long as you can comfortably navigate wherever you're walking. And then we're allowing into our awareness all the sights and sounds and smells and sensations of the present moment. So conveniently, I'm on a bit of a hill here, so I've got a view. Just happened to be here. Wasn't part of a plan. Wherever you are, gently resting your gaze on the distance, allowing into your awareness all of the sense that's everything that's around you. How cool or warm you are, the breath rising and falling, sound, all sound. Allowing all sound to move through our awareness. So we're noticing sound passing through time. And at any point you can stop and allow into your awareness all of the sensations and smells and sights and taste and colour and coolness and warmth and the feeling of the breeze. You can stop, you can walk for a while. And now move your attention back to the sensation of the feet on the ground. We're feeling the ground with our feet. This isn't just walking, so we're not just moving our feet to move forward. It's like we're in a dark room and we don't know what's in front of us, and what we do is we put our feet out one at a time and test what's there, and we're also feeling the ground. We want to know if there's anything that's going to trip us or anything that's soft or fragile or anything like that. We don't have that problem right now, but it's the similar sensing the ground with our feet as we walk experience. And one thing that will happen is the mind will direct your vision to various things, probably to judge them as good, bad, right, wrong, new, old, attractive, unattractive, however your mind judges your experience. And when you notice yourself focusing on something, ideally before the thoughts arise, reopen your awareness and reconnect to the experience of sensing the ground beneath your feet with each step, or if you're standing, what you can feel under your feet right now. And now return your attention to the breath. So now I'm guiding this. This is just my choice of focus right now. But you notice what I'm doing is I'm moving between what's effectively 3 walking meditations. One is, as I'm walking, I'm aware of the breath. Another is, as I'm walking, I'm sensing the ground beneath my feet. And another one is a walking open awareness meditation, which is really, that's mindful walking. It's noticing the totality of the experience of the present moment, moving from one to the other. And right now it's focus on the breath. And so you allow your mind to select the mode of meditation, but notice and be aware that you can move from one walking meditation practice to another. The breath, sensing the ground, and open awareness. Every so often remembering to check in with your posture. And if you wish, choosing to stop. For as long as you wish. So it's an interesting meditation, a standing meditation. We've done our walk largely. So I've just chosen a nice place to stand. And I'm sensing the ground beneath my feet. And I'm also aware of my posture and aware of all of the sounds around me. aware of the breath rising and falling, the air entering and leaving the nostrils. And then heading back, favouring the experience of sensing the ground with my feet, because it's not something I do enough of. It's one of the reasons I'm doing these, for my own meditation as well. Just letting in all of the feeling from the contact with the ground by the feet. Okay, so what I'm going to do is bring this training to an end now. But of course you can carry on your walking meditation for as long as you wish.